Hello everyone, Kenneth here with Advanced Survival. Today I'm going to be showing you my pocket survival kit that I take with me whenever I go into the wilderness. This will be a response to Equip to Endure's survival kit contest, but above it being a contest, this is also just a great way to share information about survival with people. So I will be showing you the contents of this and explaining my reasoning behind each item. Alright, but before that, it's worth to note that I always keep a few extra items on me whenever I go into the wilderness. This is for when I get separated from my main backpacking bag, but this I'll always have on me as well. Just a pocket first aid kit, bandana. For shelter, this is an Adventure Medical Kit's heat sheet. Much better than the regular Mylar space blankets. These don't tear as easily as I've shredded other space blankets before, so it's much better for making a shelter with. It's also bright orange and silver on one side. Quieter too. Those space blankets are really noisy when you unfold them. About 10 feet of paracord, also for shelter making. And for knives, I'll either have this Dajo Survivor. It's a minimalist survival knife, or one of my new favorites, this Pocket Bushman from Cold Steel. Very tough, 4.5-inch blade. I'll be doing a review on this later on. I also got I switched out the lanyard with this is 5 feet of paracord just in a rattlesnake fob. And of course a Leatherman Wave multi-tool. It's extremely useful. Keep that on my belt, and just a big lighter. Have some paracord wrapped around there too to make it easier to handle. Alright, into the tin itself. Always, whenever I make these kits, I always wrap them around with electrical tape to make them waterproof. Well, water resistant, not exactly waterproof. It's not the end-all answer for waterproofing your kit. Here is electrical tape about 2 feet and good for many different uses. Waterproofing things and making plasters and such, or band-aids. Alright, here's a tin. First on the top, Micro Pure MP1 water purification tablets. These are the best water purification tablets for such a small size. I only have 2 of them in here, but they're each good for 1 liter of water. They kill things like Cryptosporidium and Gardia, which like some of the other water purification tablets don't. Here's some different types of medications. There's 2 Motrin, 2 Advil, and then 4 allergy pills of Benadryl. Just a useful piece of kit. A P38 can opener. Good for, of course, opening cans. I've opened cans with these before and they work quite well. It also has a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and just, you never know when you might need something like this. A small fishing kit, 3 sinkers, 2 swivels, and 6 fishing hooks. This is for food catching. Commando wire saw from BCB International. These things work great. I've used them before, and it doesn't take as much effort as you would have to baton or using the wood saw on the Leatherman. This doesn't take very much effort. All I have to do is slide some cord through these holes here and then wrap that around some twigs, and I got 2 toggles that'll work well. And here is 4 strike anywhere matches. They're not waterproof, but they're kept inside of this foil, so it keeps them water resistant. Those are just backup for fire starting. Here's 50 feet of strong nylon cord, about 10-pound test, for use with the fishing kit to catch food, but also for sewing repairs and just many other things. Lashing, light-duty lashing, if you're going to make a spearhead or something like that. Here's a mini survival knife. It's actually from a Tool Logic Survival 2 card. has a serrated blade and just a plain edge right there. This can be turned into a spearhead, but it's good for just, it's only a backup. With a serrated edge, you can do some heavy work with it. You can cut cord, and it didn't come, the serrations weren't too sharp on it, so I touched it up with a diamond stick. Here's just a razor blade for any finer work you have to do, or maybe even surgery, if need be. Just lightweight, barely fits in there well. So here's 8 to 10 feet of stainless steel wire. Could be used for making snares. That also goes with the food catching, but also for making a shelter, because this stuff's very tough, and also other latching duties. Invaluable. This is invaluable. Duct tape. About 1.5 feet to 2 feet, just wrapped around a cardboard card. Making shelter, waterproofing things if you get a puncture in your water bottle. Just great stuff. I use it all the time when I'm out here. A liquid-filled button compass, just for general direction finding, so you got navigation there. An Acme Tornado Luminous whistle. This is a very loud whistle, around 112 decibels. So, long-range signaling capability. This can be heard over a mile. My primary fire starting tool is this mini magnesium and flint bar. You have ferrocium rod here, and then magnesium on this side. So you strike this and just spark it up with ferrocium rod. And this is much better than just a light my fire steel, because you can ignite like paper and birch bark, things that regular sparks just can't do when you got the magnesium. For Tinder, I have these. These are Tinder Quick fire starting tabs, and you don't need to use the whole tab. You can just take a part of it and use the mini mag and the knife to spark it. And these burn really well. 3 to 4 minute burn time. And I find it better because it's more compact than the than petroleum cotton balls, because it's much cleaner, and it's more compact than the Ultimate Survival wet fire tinder. Here are just 6 safety pins, 3 small and 3 larger ones, for quick clothing repair. Also can be turned into fish hooks if necessary. Here's a very bright flashlight, a nanolight stream light. 10 lumens, 8-hour runtime on these small button cells. So this is also good for nighttime signaling. Just 2 larger heavy-duty safety pins for, again, clothing repair, or even setting up shelter. Here are assortment of different sewing needles, 1 large one, then 3 smaller ones to go with the sewing thread. A small pencil, very thin, but you can still write well with this one. That's for jotting down notes on the waterproof paper that I'll show you in here. Instead of just polishing the tin, I find signaling is very important. And as the survival expert Doug Ritter says, surviving is good, but getting rescued is even better, which I believe to be true. So I spared no expense in taking up some room with this rescue flash signal mirror. Can be seen over 25 miles away on a sunny day, and it has the aiming reticle here, which makes it good for one-handed use. And this is a great signal mirror. I wouldn't bring anything less than this into the wilderness. Just some 3 band-aids. These are waterproof bandages. And just 2 butterfly sutures. In here is a waterproof paper, right in the rain. It's grafted so you can make maps with it. And the last thing in here for just fire starting redundancy is a Fresnel lens. Just to back up to go with all my other fire starting stuff. And here's just the tin. And, thank you for joining me. This has been my Pocket Survival Kit. And I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. And learn to make your own Pocket Survival Kit whenever you go into the wilderness. I'm sure all the items in here will help me survive if I ever get in a pinch out in the woods. Thank you again for joining me. Good day.